In a world driven by speed, ambition, and endless distractions, we often lose touch with the essence of life. We measure success by possessions, praise, and prestige. But in our pursuit of more, we forget what truly matters. We forget the wisdom that stood the test of time. Ancient guidance left behind by the sages who walked the earth long before us. Lao Tzu, the ancient Chinese philosopher, left behind truths so profound yet so simple that the modern world overlooks them. His wisdom is not merely philosophical. It is spiritual, practical, and transformative. If only we remembered what Lao Tzu knew, we would suffer less, understand more, and finally live in harmony with ourselves, with others, and with nature. Let us walk into this ancient river of wisdom and rediscover what we have forgotten. The first step, simplicity is power. Lao Tzu once said, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Yet today many wait for the perfect moment. They wait for certainty, for applause, for guarantees. But life doesn't reward hesitation. It rewards presence and action. The first step is always inward, into silence, into simplicity, into self. Because when you rid yourself of noise, you start to hear. And what you begin to hear is your own heart beating in rhythm with the universe. We have forgotten how powerful simplicity is. In Taoism, simplicity is not poverty. It is purity. When your mind is not cluttered with opinions, desires, and illusions, you gain clarity. And clarity is strength. A man who can live simply can face anything. Because he is not afraid to lose, he is already whole. The power of letting go. Lao Tzu said, "When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be." But modern society teaches the opposite. It tells us to hold on to identities, opinions, possessions, and pain. We attach ourselves to titles, achievements, and even failures, mistaking them for who we are. But you are not what happens to you. You are not your job, your status, or your body. You are the space behind it all. Letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom. Let go of what no longer serves your spirit. Let go of what makes your heart heavy. Because only when your hands are empty can you receive what life truly wants to give you. Water flows because it does not resist. And so must we. Water, the softest yet strongest force. There is nothing softer and more flexible than water, yet nothing can resist it. This is not just poetic metaphor, it is a way of life. What breaks us is not the obstacle, but our rigidity toward it. Learn from water. It flows around rocks, it carves through mountains, it adapts to whatever shape it's given. Yet it never loses its essence. To be soft is not to be weak, to be gentle is not to be passive. True power lies in your ability to remain calm in the face of chaos. The Taoist master knows this. He bends so he won't break. In a world that glorifies hardness, toughness, and dominance, Lao Tzu whispers, "Be water, and you will outlast them all." Living in the present, Lao Tzu reminds us, if you are depressed, you are living in the past. If you are anxious, you are living in the future. If you are at peace, you are living in the present. The present is all we ever truly have. Yet, most people either mourn what is gone or worry about what is not yet here, and in doing so, they miss life itself. You don't need to seek peace. Just stop abandoning the moment. Stop escaping into thoughts of regret and anticipation. Sit in silence. Breathe. Look around. This, right here, right now, is enough. Let your mind be where your body is. In the present, suffering fades. In the present, wisdom arises. The illusion of control. Time, Lao Tzu taught, is a created thing. To say I don't have time is like saying I don't want to. This is a powerful truth that most resist. We chase time like a predator stalks prey. We fill our schedules until we have no room to feel, to breathe, to be. But time is not the enemy. It is our perception of it. The wise do not rush. Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Trees don't force themselves to grow faster. Rivers don't race to the sea. The sun doesn't panic as it sets. Trusts the flow of life. Stop trying to force things to happen before their time. What is yours will find you, but only if you are open and empty enough to receive it. Contentment, the greatest wealth. And who is satisfied with his lot is rich. We forget this in a world that worships more money, more success, more validation. Desire itself is not evil. But uncontrolled desire leads to suffering, because it creates a gap between who you are and what you think you need to be happy. That gap is endless. True wealth is contentment. It's waking up and feeling at peace, regardless of what you own or what others think. It's walking your path without needing applause. It's understanding that what you have right now is enough. To be content is to be free. Because no one can take away what you've already accepted. Watch your mind. One of the most profound teachings from Lao Tzu is this. Watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Everything begins in the mind. If you want to change your life, do not begin with your circumstances. Begin with your inner dialogue. Become the guardian of your thoughts. Feed your mind with stillness, with truth, with compassion. Your mind is not your enemy, but it must be trained. Just as a warrior trains the body, a sage trains the mind. Because in the end, it is not the world that shapes your life. It is how you perceive it. Ego, the greatest illusion. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Modern life is obsessed with image. Social media, reputation, approval. It's a performance that never ends. And the more you play this game, the further you drift from yourself. The Tao does not seek approval. It just is. So must you be. There is freedom in not needing to impress. There is strength in walking alone. Do not fear being misunderstood. Do not fear being different. The path of truth is rarely popular, but it is always right. Lao Tzu reminds us, when you accept yourself completely, the world begins to accept you. Inner victory. Victory over others gives strength. Victory over oneself gives fearlessness. You can conquer nations, build empires, achieve fame, yet if you haven't conquered your own mind, your anger, your envy, your fear, you remain a prisoner. The greatest battle is always within, and the greatest warrior is not the one who dominates others, but the one who disciplines himself. To overcome your inner weaknesses is the highest form of courage. Every time you choose silence over reaction, peace over pride, humility over ego, you win a war. This is not passive living. It is the strongest form of existence. Yield to win. In martial arts, we learn that resistance often leads to defeat, but yielding, when done with awareness, leads to power. Lao Tzu said, "Be bent and you will stay straight. Be empty and you will remain complete." These paradoxes are not riddles, they are keys. Yielding is not submission, it is mastery. It is knowing when to step back so that the force of your enemy destroys itself. It is knowing when to be still so that the next move becomes obvious. The flexibility is not weakness, it is strategy. Health, faith, and stillness. Lao Tzu taught that health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. Yet, modern man sacrifices health for wealth, joy for approval, and truth for convenience. Return to your body. Move with it, not against it. Nourish it. Respect it, because this body is your temple, your vessel, your companion. Faith is not belief in something outside, it is trust in your alignment with the Tao. When you walk in truth, existence walks with you. Stillness is your home. When you are still, you remember who you are. The Tao is not something you attain, it is something you remember. What Lao Tzu knew is not lost. It is simply buried beneath noise. His wisdom is not ancient, it is eternal. And it lives in every breath, every moment, every act of simplicity, surrender, and sincerity. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to achieve greatness in the eyes of the world. You only need to return to your natural self, to your original nature. That is the way, that is the Tao. And the Tao, once remembered, will carry you through all storms.